Alright, let's talk about the Calamity Gundam. It's done. And looking at it from the front, I did a horrible job on the sticker on the Bazooka, so I'm probably going to pull that sticker. I might do a little bit of detail painting here and there just to get myself back into it, and I could do a little bit to improve it a lot. Now, posability, he can stand up. Even with this big old backpack, he can stand up. The backpack moves, he stays standing. I don't have to I have to repose him if I put it back too much. But if it's standing correctly, you can see, backpack's on him correctly, you can see he stands up just fine. I don't have his shield on. The shield helps balance him some. These guns do move a little bit on the shield. Okay, got a piercing end on the shield. It says that in the directions, even though they're all in Japanese. What did I not like about it? First, I don't like the sticker on this gun. It'd have been better if they'd made that little white part to go over the top and a red sticker like these. I would have preferred that. I'm going to peel that sticker off there in a little bit. It's a good thing about the metal fold stickers. You can get them back off, and they tend to come off pretty easily. I really enjoyed building this until we got to the legs. This is where it went bad. It went bad right in here. Too many bad nib placements. If they'd been able to place them on the edge here, it's a lot easier to clean these nibs up on the edges so it doesn't look bad. Okay, movement. These are supposed to move, and they do. I mean, you got some good movement on those legs. I'm not going to lie. The feet will turn sideways a little bit. So you wanted to pose this guy doing some crazy stuff, you sure could. Real easily, I think. I don't think he's going to be as posable as a master grade kit, but for a high grade kit, this one's not too bad. A couple other high grade kits I built felt a lot less sturdy, a lot less thought out. Let's put it at that. You can make it a pretty acceptable looking little model kit with no paint. Now, am I going to panel line it? Well, there's really no place to do much for panel lines. I mean, I could in the back here, and that's about it. This would do better with some detail painting, like all these little inserts, adding a color in these inserts. And that's actually pretty easy to do. So I'll probably do that. The chest piece in here is supposed to be black. That wouldn't be too hard to do. I might actually use oil paints on it. Now, panel lining, I probably will panel line these little details right there. Just because. So I'm not done with it. Again, I like this kit. It was fun to build until we got to the feet. I mean, the legs, and then, you know, the legs felt a little, like, really old school. Because you build any of the really old Gundam kits, they have these joints right here, and they're extremely visible. It doesn't look too bad on this. The skirts do hide a lot of it. It's just down here in the bottom of the legs. I think they could have done a slightly better job on it with attachment points. And most of the attachment points are downward facing. Again, across here's the worst of it. How would I rate this kit? I'd probably give it a 7 or 8 out of 10. It's a high grade kit. I like this is falling off. So you can't expect the most out of it. 7 or 8? No, probably 8 out of 10. Was it the most enjoyable build I've ever built? No. You can tell if you play with it too much, things do fall off while you're posing him around a little bit. The gun wobbles a little bit if I put the shield on. The shield doesn't wobble much because it's got a good clip to it. You could hold the shield in his hand, I think. It's got a hand grip, so I could hold the shield. No, the hand is not going to hold that shield. But the shield stays on fairly well if you put it on properly like this. And it does stay on fairly well. So he can guard himself. Okay. I have a bad camera angle for this. I'm going to get a different camera mount so I can put it down low. But anyhow, I did like this guy. I'm putting the stickers on. They weren't dry rubs. They're stickers. They're the higher quality stickers, though. You can see I put this one on there. And in the right lighting, you can see that it's a sticker, and that's why I don't like those stickers. A water slide decal will go down a lot better. I think some clear coat on this might improve some of that look, and it might take away some of the look across the top up here with that. I don't know if I'll bother. Okay, I might do some detail painting though, because that should be pretty relaxing, and that's what Gunpla building is for me right now, is relax time, where I don't have a lot of stress. All right, there you go. Quick update on the Calamity.
All right, everyone, and I'm trying a new camera angle here. We have the Calamity Gundam, and I put the stickers on, and yes, they're stickers. I did a lot of painting on him. I didn't just leave him out of the box build. I did a lot of brush painting. Okay, first off, I brushed all this in here because I didn't like it. It was too plain with it all being yellow. That is a sticker, so that's been left alone. Okay, you can see the stickers in places, and, well, I don't like that. I'd rather have decals. This sticker isn't too bad, except for the edge of it is lifted off on his shoulder a tiny bit. Okay, and there we go on there. You can see I painted inside here to get some red inside here. I painted inside the guns red, and then a silver tip inside there. Okay, I didn't paint the back. We panel lined fully. We have some decals on there. I should have put like a styrene strip across here and painted it or something, or just hit it with a different color. I just didn't feel like it at the moment. Okay, I did some painting around the edges there, as you can see, on both sides. I didn't paint the back of this like I could have. All right. I do like the little Calamity Gundam. I like how he looks. It's just, there's too many seam lines on it, and in order to correct the seam lines, it would have been a lot of work. And right now, I don't really have the time for the work. I'm here to enjoy and relax instead of stress over things. So let me put him over here. He does stand up fairly well with all this stuff. The Bazooka, I painted red inside there, painted red inside here. And I removed the sticker that was on here. And if I zoom in on it, because this camera will let me, I didn't get the sticker residual off, so silver came out pretty bad. Okay? And here's his shield. I didn't do too much with his shield. I left it pretty much intact the way it was. Okay? And panel lining this wouldn't have done much for it. Now, if I really wanted to, and I did come in here and darken these inside there, if I really wanted to, there's a lot more I could do to this. But again, I don't, my idea isn't working on this, and you can see he's being stalked by a Panzerliger back there. Okay, and that's not done, and I've been doing a lot of painting on it. So I've got a long way to go on it. And yeah, I had to stop that. The coronavirus really shut me down. In fact, Calamity Gundam here, most of that work was done in January. The only thing I did recently was that to finish him off, is paint that right there. Okay, I've been working on this little guy recently because I like some SD Gundams. He's just been panel lined. That's about all he's been done. He's not one of the better SD Gundams in my opinion, because, you know, he's missing half his hand in places. His weapons, you know, they look pretty good from one side, but the other side, half of it's missing. So they kind of half did him. The thin funnels, or however you thin funnels, this needs some paint along here. And I probably will go ahead and paint them. I'm trying to see if I have a dark enough gray to paint. I'm doing a lot of hand painting. And oh, that's silver. I don't have the right color gray to paint with. And with this coronavirus thing, I don't know if I'll go out and buy the right color of paint. And I just knocked the missile launcher off the tail. Okay, anyhow. So this might get left the way it is. This isn't supposed to be about him. It's supposed to be about Calamity here. Calamity Gundam, he wasn't expensive. Would I do it again? Yes, especially if I need some stress relief. He would be good for stress relief. Okay? I enjoyed building him. He's going in the display case now with some of the other Gundams, so he's going with me downstairs in a minute. Okay? How would I rate the kit? I enjoyed putting it together until I got to a few certain spots. Everything went together well. It looked good. The seam lines were in good places until we got across the top of here. And yeah, the nib mark attachments were in a couple of bad spots. We had some bad seams on the legs, okay, and on the arms right there. You know, if I were to take the time to paint and fill the seams, it wouldn't matter so much, but I'm not in the mood for that, okay? So one of the things I like about the Panzerlager over here is there has been very little seams to deal with, but that is a bootleg kit, and some of you have dealt with bootlegs, you understand what that means. I've had to use a vise to put some of those parts together. It is bad. The worst part I've had so far on him is this, because it doesn't close correctly, and I can't get it to close correctly, so I'm not sure what's wrong with it. The other problem I've had is I had a part break, and when it broke, okay, and it was this part right here. There's supposed to be guns on this part, and they broke off. The gun barrel broke off. Okay, I don't even think I have the gun barrel anymore. It's supposed to go on its tail, and it would be okay without the gun barrel. Just, yeah. Anyhow, what am I supposed to talk about? I'm supposed to be talking about Mr. Calamity here. He is a high-grade kit. He wasn't very expensive. Went together really well. Had stickers. Could have done without the stickers. Okay? Posable fairly well. He does stand up with this huge backpack on his back. He can stand pretty close to upright with that. His head does move. The legs, I mean, it's a high-grade kit. Don't expect it to be magnificent, okay? Don't expect him to stand up. Well, he is standing up with a weird pose, like he's going to stomp some. He's going to stomp Mr. New here. Oh, he fell. But, you know, he's stomping Mr. New here, and he'd almost stand up for it. There you go. And I have to move the camera down a little bit. But he's stomping Mr. New Gundam there. Part of his stuff fell off. A little bit of glue fixes that. It's pretty posable. It will hold its pose. These guns tend not to hold themselves very well. Okay? You can put the shield in his hand. You can put the mega bazooka thing in his hand. Just fine. It does work. The shield actually bolts on the side of his arm. Like so. Okay? So he can be protecting himself. This does go in his hand. You have to take his hand apart to put it in there, but it goes this way, if I remember correctly. No, it goes this way. You have to take his hand apart to put it in there. These do move. Again, for a high-grade kit, I don't think it's too bad. I did enjoy building it. A little bit of paint makes it look good. And I'm not going to do a lot of work on it. So here we are. We're quitting. He's going into the display case downstairs. Little New Gundam's going to get a little bit more work, and he's going to be done. Video on him later, updating all the glory of the new. All right, thank you. Hope you enjoyed.